I did a video recently about the PS5 and the current state it's in. And one of the things I brought up a lot is the DualSense controller and a separate video on that because I want to have a quick discussion about the controller in general. So, of course, DualSense has always had positive reviews, and rightfully so, as I unbox this here. The controller is well made in many regards. It's ergonomically, it's great. It feels good in the hands. The buttons are great. The haptics are great. It really adds immersion to your games, especially if you play single player games. It really does do a good job at making the gaming experience on PS5 really well. So the buttons are amazing, really good feel, nice build here. Triggers are great, really responsive. So the controller is all in all really positive, but one of the big things I keep running into, hence why I even have this new controller here as I just bought for the holidays, is the stick drift. So I just can't seem to get a controller that doesn't have stick drift, and it's typically pretty bad. So for example, I bought the PS5, the slim version, as I showcased in the previous video. I bought that console, I would say about a few months ago, not too long ago. And I did the video on that and whatever the case. And I used that controller, and not even a week after, that controller had major stick drift on this analog. So let me demonstrate here. So this controller that comes with the console, right there, that controller had major stick drift on this analog. So if you play a lot of first person shooters, you would know that this is how you move. So whenever I would try to do anything in game, my character would go full force to the left. And no matter what I did, try to run, move, I would always be drifting left. And no matter how much dead zone I put on the settings or how many times I clean it, it was just a major stick drift to the left. And that essentially rendered this really nice controller useless because of that stick drift. And unfortunately, there's really not much you can do except take it apart. And if you're not really savvy on that, or you don't feel comfortable dealing with, taking apart tech, then you know that that's just not something many people want to do. And honestly, it is one of those things where you have to be careful. And you can take it apart and try to clean out the analog and try to get it to work. And it's just really annoying because even as I'm holding this controller, this is another replacement. I have a blue controller, and I'm replacing it with this one because of the holiday sales. They're relatively affordable now. That controller has stick drift on this analog. So when I'm playing Battlefield 6, which is a first-person shooter game, and I look through the menus to do challenges or look at guns and stuff I need to customize in that game, this analog is responsible for the menus, looking through the menus, scrolling up and down on the menus, and this stick has a drift issue on the right side. So every time I look through the menu, my controller pushes everything to the right. So if I'm looking through a menu, I'd have to fight it, essentially, like do this and hold it so that it doesn't drift to the right, and I switch topics or categories. If you play Battlefield, you know what I mean. Everything's kind of laid out at the top, and you have to push left or right to get to a topic like loadout, challenges, battle pass, whatever. So every time I'd be in that menu, I'd keep drifting. So that's two controllers that have stick drift that basically renders this thing unusable. And of course, I know how to combat stick drift in many cases, like dead zones and cleaning, and try to remove dust. So I protect the controller when I'm not using it so dust doesn't get in there, and I do my best to maintain it so that I'm not having this issue. And I don't know why this is happening a lot, whether it's software, manufacturer defect. It's one of the gripes I always had with controllers, but it seems to be really bad on DualSense, because the PS4, when I had that, yeah, I had stick drift, but it wasn't often, or it wasn't as insane, because like I said, this controller here had it on this analog, and it's so intense that I basically can't do anything. And if you want to see a video to show what I'm talking about, let me know, and I'll definitely showcase that. But yeah, it's really bad, and there's really no way to kind of get it resolved. There's no like warranty or anything you can go for. I mean, you could probably try to contact Sony, but that's kind of hard to do, and sometimes you just don't get anywhere. So there's no streamlined warranty like a Apple Care, for example, is a good example. An Apple Care for controllers, where if you buy the warranty and something goes wrong, and they can prove that something's wrong, they'll just give you a new one, you know. So that's one of the issues I keep having with these controllers, is a really nice controller that can last you forever often goes bad because of the analogs. And I hope that Sony in the PS6 or whatever the case would make it so that these are modular, meaning if something goes wrong with the module inside here, because if you take this apart, there's like a little square module attached to the PCB, the board, and that module houses the mechanics to make this work, left, right, up, down. So if they can make that module replaceable, meaning you just pull it out, put a new one in, and you know, it would work, that would be really great, because it would save one a ton of frustration, a ton of money, and then of course a lot of complaints, or you know, just customer service issues, because this is really can be really frustrating sometimes, especially if you just bought a controller, like in my case with the console, when I unboxed it and used it for about a week, and then I had that stick drift issue. It's really frustrating, and the reason really why is because these things are not cheap. They're really expensive, at $70 plus tax. In some areas it can come up to around $80 to $90 for this controller. So they're not really affordable, especially when something as simple as this will kind of render it useless, and there's not much you could do. You can try to clean it, like I said earlier, and maintain it, but in most cases it's temporary and it will come back. It always comes back. I've never had a controller where I took it apart, cleaned it, and then the stick drift went away forever. It always comes back. So sometimes I think it could just be a manufacturer issue or quality control issue. I don't know, but let me know if you guys have this issue too with your controllers, or if it's just I'm having bad luck with my DualSense controllers, because this is the 7th or 8th one I had to replace because of stick drift. So I'm curious to see if I'm the only one. Let me know if you're also in the boat of, you know, having issues with the analogs. You know, the buttons are fine, the triggers are fine. You know, nothing else tends to go, or break down, I should say, go bad. It's just the analogs, the most important part of the controller, to be honest. But yeah, let me know if you're also having issues with this. I'm curious to see if people share their stories on what their experience with, you know, the controllers, and maybe they have tips on how to mitigate the stick drift. But that's kind of my little rant on it. Other than that, this controller is amazing, really good. And I have a good feeling they're probably going to keep this for the PS6 whenever that gets announced. I think they will definitely keep what's not broken about it, right? The design, the buttons, triggers, haptics. But I just really hope they fix the analog, because that's really annoying. So I hope this video was informative in some way, or whatever the case, or if maybe you can give some insight on how you dealt with this issue, stick drift. And yeah, now's a good time to buy a controller if you're watching this as it comes out, because of the holidays. If you're having stick drift issues like I am, most of them are on sale now, so you can get relatively good deal. So take advantage of that if you can. I hope this helped you. If it did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you're having the same issue as I am. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.